All right, everyone. We're not even going live. We're not even going live. We are live. We are live. We are not even going with an intro because let's be honest. Yeah. Welcome into the Ryan Ripken Show reaction. You see the title. Lamar Jackson is officially out. Not the news that literally any Ravens fan was hoping to get today, but Adam Schefter reported just about an hour ago. More quarterback news. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson will miss his third straight game Sunday. There was obviously the bye in between, so 4 weeks due to his hamstring injury. And Ravens quarterback Tyler Snoop Huntley is set to start versus the Bears. Per league sources, Jackson is expected to return from his hamstring injury Thursday night in Miami versus the Dolphins. This is where we are. This is where the Ravens are. The Baltimore Ravens in a quote-unquote playoff game, according to Kyle Hamilton, in a game that they cannot lose. The Baltimore Ravens will be once again without Lamar Jackson, and they will need in a win or die scenario. They will need Tyler Huntley to go out there and find a way to beat the Bears, which he has already done. Tyler Huntley did go out there and beat the Bears one time in his career, but this is definitely not the situation that Ravens fans or the Ravens themselves want to find themselves in. And I agree. This is I was very upset about this, and mostly because, we'll get into it. People are feeling lied to. People are feeling deceived. And honestly, you have every right to, because of this. This is the kicker for me. This is the one where it is just like, what are we doing? The Ravens put out just at 12:21, about 37 minutes ago. Good quick math. There's been an update to Lamar Jackson's Friday practice. Didn't know you could do this because guess what? It's Saturday. Friday already happened. We were told what happened at practice. Not so fast. You were not told what happened Friday. Endgame says Jackson was downgraded from a full practice participant to limited. We can do that? Like since when why would that matter? Why would that matter? Doesn't matter. And he has been ruled out for tomorrow's game versus Chicago. Disappointing is an understatement. It felt like all signs were pointing to Lamar would return after the bye week. He'd play against Chicago. Hopefully then obviously continue that. You win, continue that momentum on to Miami on Thursday night. Get a win there. You're suddenly at 3-5. It's not the case. The Ravens in a rather, if you want to talk about this is going to be false information now. I'm sorry, don't usually like putting out false information, but remember, this was the injury report before Lamar was put back to limited, before we were lied to our faces. Lamar Jackson now limited all throughout the week, but everyone else is full. Everyone else is healthy. So a very healthy Ravens team will now have to take on the rather beat up Bears team. And listen, I'm going to play devil's advocate to the whole Lamar thing about, Lamar's there, season's over. The Ravens on paper were supposed to be this quote unquote juggernaut. Like this was a team with all pros everywhere. Now people have not played up to their standard. People have not played up to their own ability. So this is where we are. The Ravens need to win this game against Chicago, and Lamar being out is not an excuse. They should be better at Chicago at almost every other position. I'm not saying, yes, I think Chicago's wide receiver room is very good, stuff like that. The Ravens are better on paper. Even without Lamar, the Ravens should be able to find a way to win this game. If they can't, it's 1-6 and you pack up. Because if you sit there at 1-6, you're not making the playoffs. 1-7, 1-5, you're already pushing fate. It looked it looked, they had you believe it was all going towards Lamar Jackson playing. It was like, oh, he was limited, full. Reports are going out there that the Ravens expect Lamar, he's expected to be out there, all of this. And then you go out and this is what happens. On Saturday morning, or I guess Saturday afternoon, right at noon, you suddenly get that notification that not only is Lamar Jackson out, but they, for some reason, changed his practice because I guess they're covering themselves up from something. Oh, and Ryan needs. Let me share the link with Ryan. One moment, everyone. Just trying to get some things in order so the man himself can. But what a disappointing day. You felt like the Ravens were really starting to gain momentum back. Lamar was going to be back, all this stuff. And then just a kick in the gut. What a kick in the gut. You sit there and at least something good's happening, Christian. You sit there and you felt like this team was finally putting it together. Everyone was getting healthy. Patrick Ricard being back for the run game, which, I mean, that's good. They're going to have to run this ball. I'll tell you that. The Ravens are going to have to run this ball. It's for damn sure. It's not going to be a big passing game. They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to find a way defensively. This defense is going to have to play like they played against the Rams. They're going to have to step up and beat Caleb Williams. I mean, it is on the team. Lamar cannot save you. This team is going to have to figure it out. I think this team and this defense can step up. I mean, we've talked about it before earlier this week, yesterday at Liv's Tavern. I think this defense has the potential to have a big step-up game, a game where they rise to the occasion, can hopefully keep this offense in it, give them enough to go out there and find a way to win. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you all that I'm the most confident in this defense. Based on what we've seen this season, I can't, we saw that middling, backpedaling Texans offense come in here, and we saw what they did. So this defense, you can't count on anyone to be like, okay, this defense is going to step up. Okay, this defense is going to rise to the occasion. I think they played really well against the Rams. I think they were bailed out a few times by some Devontae Adams drops, by obviously a doink field goal, going for it on fourth down when you really didn't need to. I think they were bailed out at times, but I think they did play well enough in that game, and it's what they need to do tomorrow. This defense is going to need to play well enough. Doesn't have to be dominant. Doesn't have to be the 2000 Ravens. They just need to go out there and find a way. And Christian, the Bears are down to their fourth cornerback on the depth chart. And that's why if Lamar was there, you felt so good about the Ravens, even if he was 75%, even if he was just passing it. This team is going to need to find a way to win this ball game. Must. And are you ready behind the scenes? Yeah, he's ready. Joining us.
We're back.
Ryan, we said we were going horizontal this time.
I really just wanted to Zoom, but I'm having computer problems, so I'm just like, all right. Here we are. I feel like it really is what it is at this point. I know a lot of people are frustrated, and it really just goes off of Zach, what we kind of mentioned before. The only difference right now is I can't zoom in on my face. And it's if the Ravens win this game, none of this matters. None of this Lamar not playing matters. They lose this game, that's all we're going to hear about the next week, so The coolest thing can happen on Sunday, the Bears aren't a daunting team like you're saying you're facing the Rams. They're playing with the most confidence they've played with in years, but it's not an unwinnable game without Lamar. The problem is the Ravens got to find a way to win without having Lamar. That's something that they've struggled to do when he's not on the field, but it's not because of the opponent that they can't go out and win. They just have to find a way to be a little bit better on offense. And if Tyler Huntley's getting the full game, Zach, if he can build off of making some plays, yeah, why not the Ravens steal one against the Bears without Lamar, and then hope comes back.
I mean, that's what it is. You have to, and that's the thing. It's the situation that you're now in. It's not about hopefully they can win. They have to find a way. Like, they have to win. If you would like to compete, if you would like any sort of, if you want to play for anything in 2025 besides half the fan base booing you and hoping you tank, you need to win this ball game. Like, this ball game sets up whether or not you have a chance in 2025. This, unfortunately, is the season, it feels like. And, they've talked about throughout the week, and I think that's why it's most disappointing, is everyone had kind of penciled in Lamar, but now you don't have him. Lamar can't save you. And as I was saying before you got on, Rip, it's like this team has to step up, because this team, Rip, how many times throughout the offseason did everyone talk about, man, the Ravens, you can look at the guard, but besides that, no weakness. You look, they are the most, top to bottom. Chris Berman came on the show and talked about how there's no team in the league that stacks up to the Ravens top to bottom. They need to show up and prove that this weekend, tomorrow. And I think that's where it's like that they got the horses. They haven't played up to their standard, but they got the horses. We saw the defense sort of put it together against the Rams. I think, I know you said it yesterday, you're feeling a big, step up game for the defense. I agree. I think this is a big opportunity for them. Get Patrick Ricard back, and I do not care if you walk up to the line towards the end of the game and you just shout to the Bears defense, we're handing it to Henry. Yeah, establish the run and go from there. I mean, do exactly what you did against the Rams, were the first, 5 plays of the game. I mean, that first drive was awesome. Obviously, I ended a field goal, but just establish the run, get quick hitters to get Huntley's confidence up. And I think just keep the ball rolling from there. My only worry is that they come out stale off the bye. Maybe the first drive or two, it's like, okay, we're trying to get back into rhythm. And I don't know if without Lamar, they have enough to get that momentum up and overcome a deficit. So got to get ahead early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just you come out with urgency, and if you come out with the energy and you're able to, I want to say that the offense comes out and obviously can punch the Bears in the mouth, but the bigger part is that the defense is flying around, because the reality, like last game when they played the Rams, yeah, the offense sustained some drives in the first half, but the defense was flying. And that really kind of changed an energy with the team. Run the football with Derek, Snoop make a couple plays here and there, but the defense, if they can get off the field or force a couple turnovers, Zach, make something happen, things can work out. But, I get it. It's a woof. Who would have thought a make or break point would be against the Bears right now in week 8? So,
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
hey, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see the challenge of it, and the reality. I'm seeing comments in here Ravens win this game, Zach. They have 5 divisional games left: 2 against the Steelers, 2 against the Bengals, 1 more against the Brownies. You can make up some ground in your division, but you got to take care of the teams that you have in front of you, and not even the teams in front of you. The team right now, you got Chicago. You find a way against Chicago, then this whole other conversation can continue. And if it doesn't, we didn't even talk about the fact of, yes, this Lamar, and did the Ravens handle it? And that's going to continue to pick up some steam if they lose. But then the articles, which I kind of hate the timing of it, but it always coincides when your team's losing, Zach.
Oh,
It's always coinciding when things are going wrong. So what's the other thing that reports, Baltimore Banner puts out a report. Oh, the players and Todd Monken aren't on the same page. It's not working out well. That's, to me, it's not a story if the Ravens were sitting at 3-3. But if they lose again, that's going to get louder. Then you're looking at a complete, well, what needs to change? Does Todd need to go? And it all stems from the record. They're 1-5.
Yeah.
Everything has gone wrong since that Cleveland Browns win in week 2. Everything has gone wrong. So that's it. Win, and you start to cure a couple things.
Yeah.
Cure a couple things.
It's like I said, I don't care if you win 9-6. I don't care if you win 2-0. I don't care if people look back and say, we are physically burning all tapes of this game because it was the ugliest football game to ever be played in the history of football ever. Just come out on top. Like, that is the only goal for the Ravens this week. I don't care if Tyler Huntley goes 1 for 30 for 2 yards if they find a way to win. Like, that's the thing. Is like, this doesn't have to be pretty. We are at the point where you're not, with Lamar. If Lamar was back, you'd want to see a win, but you'd also want to see, okay, let's see the offense sort of getting back in rhythm, stuff like that. That we can wait till Thursday. This is everything. Pull out all the trick plays. Pull out everything. Let's keep the wide receivers and running backs from throwing the football. I think we can officially.
Oh, that'd be elite.
We already saw Derrick Henry almost throw an interception earlier this year, so I don't know if we need that again. But this is just run the football. Run the football a lot, I think. And Ryan, let's be honest, that's why I think Tyler Huntley's in. I think that's why they're giving him the nod. It's because they can run a much more similar offense to Lamar Jackson rather than, we talked to Ian Eagle about it, and Ian's kind of said, yeah, it's going to be intriguing. This was before the Texans game, obviously, to see what the Ravens do, because they do have to completely shift.
Mm-hmm. That it's not even the fact that they can run a similar offense. It's even that Huntley can extend plays with his legs. Like it's one thing that Huntley himself is a running threat, but when pass protection breaks down, can you escape the pocket and make something out of nothing? That's where, that's not what Cooper Rush was known for, was the escapability factor, right? It was they ran the ball. He could be good off play action, make some throws. Huntley, and just like, not no one can do it like Lamar, but Huntley can get off script. And that was when he came in against the Rams, or that quote unquote spark at the end. Oh, takes off and he can run for 20 yards. That does matter. And you need to take some pressure off of King Henry. They got to run the football. That's evident. They're going to do it. Don't turn the ball over and run the football. I have a hard time believing, regardless of what happens, that if the Ravens play turnover-free football, that this won't be a close game. Like, truly. I don't see the Bears just coming into town and putting up a 30 or 40 burger. I don't see that happening. I think it will be, you don't turn the ball over. I think you're going to force the Bears to make some plays.
I would, if Zach Orr, if there was ever a week to just send the horses, just blitz, you have to make Caleb Williams make a mistake, because this defense has not been the greatest at forcing turnovers. So if they're going to give the ball away a few times, you got to let them. But I agree, Ryan, it's simple. It's the golden rule. Run the football, play good defense, get the ball to the Italians.
Get the ball to the Italians. And you know what? I know that everyone thinks this is the big storyline, that Lamar Jackson's not playing. I think the bigger storyline is that Justin Fields is starting a quarterback again.
Right.
Because Tyrod Taylor was ruled out.
I was just about to actually start I meant to start the live before I got more and more frustrated about the situation. I was going to be like, wow, massive quarterback news. Tyrod Taylor out this week. Jets are going to have to go with Justin Fields. I'm sure Woody Johnson is ecstatic.
I hope Justin Fields throws for 5 touchdowns. I pray that Justin Fields goes out there and has the best game of his career. But then, what will be said is, well, he responded to it well. Maybe he just needed a kick in the rear. It's like, well, dude, he put up 32 the first week. Your defense, this great defense, gave up 37 to the Cowboys. Come on now. I don't think that Justin Fields their answer, Zach. I just hate the way that all went. And then it's just all the backups. Looks like Captain Kirk is back in Atlanta too. Doesn't look like there's going to be Michael Penix.
Yeah, and
so
wait, do we have a Bryce Young update?
Oh, bro, Andy Dalton's starting too.
I was going to say that's also it needs to be stated. It's going to be Sunday, October 26th, 2025. And Andy Dalton and Joe Flacco will be starting quarterbacks.
What if Captain Kirk, Flacco, well, and then that hurts Justin Fields in this case, but Flacco, Dalton, and Kirk Cousins all lead their teams to victories too. Could you imagine?
Making me feel like it's gonna feel like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, good times. Good. I was just trying to think about that. Kirk Cousins got drafted the same year as RG3, and that was back in 2012, right? Because that was the Super Bowl year for the Ravens, and that's when Haloti Ngata took out RG3's knee on the play, and then Captain Kirk came in and won the game. Pretty cool.
Yeah, not very cool, but
pretty cool. All right, well, Zach, I gotta.
Yeah.
Ollie's having some trouble. Yeah, so I gotta take care of the pup.
Appreciate you. Justin Fields is one of those guys that's always going to have believers because the talent's there. It's just, I don't know if it's putting like it's possible. Like that the intangibles. He's got the athleticism.
The intangibles. The intangies, baby.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. We'll wrap up here. Technically two live streams today. Boom. 2 for the price of 1. I think it's 2 for the price of 1. Not as many zooms or filters on this one.
Dude, I think I might just go. I might just do strictly vertical lives for breaking news anymore. I just have too much fun with those.
We might have to start doing that. We honestly could if we get even like little news and we go live for like 5 minutes. That might be a move. So if you want to see us just vertical living from wherever we are in our daily lives,
you guys want to see us zooming or me zooming, tune in for that. But Zach, I'll let you close down the shop here. All right.
Awesome. So, you go take care of business. Awesome. Get off the screen. But yeah, that's going to do it. Lamar Jackson will not play officially versus the Chicago Bears tomorrow in a must-win game. Tyler Huntley's going to have to take it over, but hey, Snoop has beat the Bears before. We've seen it happen. Why not do it again? But that's going to do it for this little breaking news reaction on the Ryan Ripken Show. Hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Appreciate everyone who tuned in, and we will see you tomorrow morning as you wake up with the Ryan Ripken Show before another fantastic day of NFL football. See you then.